Good day, everybody. My name is Anastasia. I'd like to present a study that has been made by a research team of Quantum Hacking Lab led by Professor Vadim Makarov. The topic of my poster is the protection of fiber-based cookie sources against light injection attacks. A lot of the latest scientific research of cookie vulnerabilities recommend placing of an optical fiber isolator or circulator at LSS output. Such isolation countermeasure strategy is supposed to prevent the variety of possible attacks on optical fiber-based cookie sources, such as laser seeding, the Trojan horse, and laser damage attacks. However, the robustness of isolators and circulators to a high-power laser emission hasn't been experimentally proved. So the goal of our study was the evaluation of the protection capability of these components again listed above attacks. We realized the experimental setups that simply simulated a hacking scenario in which if attacks the system by high-power laser through a quantum channel. You may get acquainted with all experimental details in the corresponding parts of the poster. We have tested 4 models of optical fiber isolators and 3 models of circulators from real cookie systems. For high-power laser illumination, we used continuous wave high-power laser operating at 1550 nanometers with a maximum available power of 6.35 watts. The dependencies of key parameters, isolation, insertion loss, and temperature on exposing laser power and time were investigated for each sample. They are presented in these 2 sections. So we have made the next observations from our experimental results. Each sample exhibited a temporary reduction of isolation by 1530 dB at a certain illumination power. This temporary reduction of isolation is caused by elevated temperature produced by the laser heating. Therefore, isolation always returns closely to the initial value after the end of illumination. Samples damaged permanently at a certain temperature and lose transmission capacity at all in both directions. Thus, the value of isolation reduction is limited at constant illumination power and temperature, and the maximum reduction of isolation is bounded by damage of a sample. So, the isolation reduction opens loopholes for at least 2 possible attacks on QKD. The laser seeding and the Trojan horse attacks. It breaks security proofs and makes cookie source insecure. However, our study demonstrates that the remaining isolation is enough to protect cookie source components behind the isolation component from a change of their function under the laser damage attack. Therefore, an extra isolator or circulator placed at LS output will protect a system against light injection attacks. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'd be pleased to answer them.